So here we will study the meaning of index numbers first. An index number is a statistical measure. So index number is a component of statistics designed to show if any changes are there in variables or group of related variables with respect to time, geographical location or other characteristics. So this index number measures any changes in variables. The variables may be time, quantity or anything. So index numbers are devices for measuring difference in the magnitude of group of related variables. So index number now has uses as well. So it does so much work. It measures the changes in each variable. So the uses helps to measure change in the price level or value of money during different periods of time. Okay, next helps in policy formulation, acts as an economic barometer, helps in studying trend, measure purchasing power, helps in establishing nation's wage policy, helps in deflating various values, so helps in measuring price value. The first thing, because it considers base value and the previous value, it makes a comparison with the price. So it helps to measure the price value. Helps in policy formulation. It helps to understand the current value. So it can formulate some policies as well as. Helps in studying trend, important. So it helps in making comparison. So it sets a trend. It may be upward trend or downward trend. Measures purchasing power. Obviously, when price level is set, it measures the purchasing power as well. Next, there are first type of index number is simple index number. Simple index number. Under that, two methods are given: simple aggregative method and simple average of price relative method. Simple aggregative method index number formula: P01 P01 is equal to summation P1. P1 is the price in the current year divided by summation P0. P0 is the price in the base year. I will repeat the formula. This is the formula for simple index number under simple aggregative method. Index number capital P1 01 is equal to summation of P1 divided by summation of P0 into 100. So here P1 is the price in the current year. P0 is the price in the base year. Second one is to calculate simple average of price relative method. It is nothing but the average of the above thing, that is average of simple aggregative. You divide the whole thing by n. N is number of goods. Divide the whole thing by n. You will get this formula. Simple average of price relative method is given by P01 summation P1 divided by P0 into 100 divided by n. We are done with the simple index numbers. Now we will study the weighted aggregative method. Okay, under weighted aggregative method, the first method is Laspeyres method. Laspeyres method index number is given as summation P1 into Q0 divided by summation P0 into Q0. P1 is the price in the current year, P0 is the price in the base year, Q1 is the quantity in the current year, and Q0 is the quantity in the base year. Okay, this Laspeyres price index number usually uses the base year quantities. You can see in the formula only one current year quantity, current year variable is taken into consideration, that is price in the current year. Index number P01 is equal to summation P1 divided into Q0 divided by summation P0 into Q0 into 100. This was Laspeyres formula. Now comes Pasteure's formula. Using current year quantities as weights. So as I said, Laspier's method uses Bezier quantities as weight. Now Pasteur's method uses current year quantities as weights. That is, P naught 1 is given by change Q into 1, Q naught into Q1. Same like Laspier's method. Here write Q as 1. Both the Q's you make it 1. And don't change that P. So the formula will be P naught 1 is equal to summation P1 into Q naught divided by summation P naught into Q naught. Remember, this Pasteur's method uses current year quantities as weights. There are 3 current year quantities. In Laspier's formula, there are 3 base year quantities. Okay. Next comes Fisher's method. Fisher's method uses both base year as well as the current year quantities as weight. So it is the combination of Laspier plus into Pasteur. You can see how they derived the formula. That is P naught 1. Write Laspier's formula. That is summation P1 into Q naught divided by summation P naught into Q naught into summation P1 into Q1 divided by summation P naught into Q1. Put the square root into 100. You can simply write it as Pasteur's index number answer into Laspier's index number directly. Answer will be the same. Fisher's method is ideal formula because it satisfies both the test, time reversal test and factor reversal test. Next comes consumer price index number, cost of living index number. So consumer index number is the index number which measures average change in prices. It mainly focuses on prices paid by a specific class of consumers. So the class of consumers may be like industrial workers, urban and non-manual workers, agricultural laborers. Only a specific class of people of goods and services consumed by them in the current year in comparison with base year. So usually CPI compares the current year prices with the base year prices. This is the main function of CPI. That is comparison of current year price with the base year price only of a specific class of consumers for goods and services. There are 5 steps how consumer price index number is constructed. First one is selection of a consumer class. You have to select a class of whose index number you want to actually calculate. Next, collect information about them, that is information about the family budget. First, select a class. Next, information about their family budget. Sample of a person should be selected from the group and information related to commodities which they consume, quantity of consumption, price of the concerned goods and service, and money spent on these are collected from them. That is what we do in family budget. Next, choice of base year. You select a proper base year. The year should be economically stability. Year in which where there was high inflation or high deflation cannot be taken as a base year. That is why while selecting a base year, that is a previous year, it should be stable. Next is information about the prices. The retail prices selected commodities should be collected from the region where group of selected person lives and makes purchases. Information about the persons. For example, a middle class person lives in a rural area. You can't collect the prices of the quantities from the mall because the prices vary. So, from where he purchases the material from the same place, the information should be collected. Next, weightage. Importance of various items for different class of people is different. Therefore, weights must be assigned according to their relative importance. weightage must be given. Last thing, first one was selection of consumer class, second one was information about the family budget, third one was choice of base year, fourth one was information about prices, and fifth one was weightage. Next, what are the uses of consumer price index number? Same thing, it helps in formulation of price policy, as it measures the changes in price or comparison of price, or understands the price level of a specific class of people. It helps to formulate certain policies on prices. Also, government policies like rent control and taxation, general economic policies, etc. Formulation of prices. The consumer price index indices are used by government to frame policies. So what this index numbers mainly do is they help in formulating the policies. The tax is decided on this. Next is wage adjustment. It's normally calculated on the basis of middle class people, so it helps in adjusting the standard wage. Measurement of real value, analysis of market, it helps to understand the market properly. National income deflator. These indices are also used as deflators of national income. Accordingly, real change in national income is estimated. Okay, now we studied how to construct a consumer price index number. 5 steps. Now let's construct a consumer price index number. So here there are two methods. First one is aggregate expenditure method. Aggregate expenditure method, consumer price index number is equal to summation P1 into Q0 divided by summation P0 into Q0. You can see the base year, selection of proper base year, that is summation of P0 Q0 into 100. This is same last year's formula as we studied above. Next is family budget method. Consumer price index number, here weights are taken, that is R is equal to P1 P0 into 100 and weights are assigned. Weights here are P0 into Q0, that is base year quantities. So consumer price index number under family budget is equal to summation RW, you can also write it as PW, divided by summation W. This is brief explanation about index numbers. Let's study the practicals in the upcoming videos.